So, you grab last night's dinner from the fridge, pop it in the microwave, and hey, you feel pretty good about not wasting food. But what's really happening inside that microwave? It turns out that simple act of reheating can be a minefield of hidden health risks, turning some of our favorite healthy foods into something, well, a lot less healthy the second time around.
So could your leftovers actually be doing more harm than good? And we're not just talking about a soggy texture or a loss of flavor here. Reheating certain foods the wrong way can literally create harmful compounds linked to some serious long-term health issues. We're talking everything from cancer and digestive problems to even potential neurological damage. It really makes you see reheating as a health decision, not just a convenience, right?
All right, so in this explainer, we're going to uncover the science behind these reheating risks. We're going to look at 5 foods you probably have in your kitchen right now: spinach, potatoes, eggs, chicken, and mushrooms. Then we'll wrap it all up with some simple, safe practices you can start using tonight to protect your health.
First up is spinach. Now, we all know it's a nutritional powerhouse, packed with iron and all sorts of vitamins. But this leafy green, believe it or not, has a hidden chemical dark side when it comes to reheating. Let's dig into what's really going on.
I mean, check out this transformation. When spinach is fresh, it's full of good-for-you nitrates that our bodies use to improve blood flow. But when you reheat it, especially at high temperatures, those helpful nitrates can convert into some really nasty compounds called nitrosamines. And that is exactly where the trouble starts.
So what in the world are nitrosamines? Well, think of them as these tiny troublemakers that are created by heat. The World Health Organization has actually flagged them as carcinogens, and they've been specifically linked to an increased risk of cancers in the digestive tract. And if that's not enough, some new research suggests they could even contribute to neurological damage, which is a big concern, especially for older adults.
But listen, the solution is not to stop eating this amazing superfood. You just have to handle it with a little more care. Your best bet? Enjoy it fresh or eat your leftovers cold in a salad. If you absolutely have to reheat it, please use gentle, low heat on the stovetop, not a blast from the microwave, and try to finish it up within a day. A little planning really goes a long way.
Okay, next up, a true kitchen staple, potatoes. But here, the danger isn't necessarily the reheating itself. It's actually all about how the potato is handled before it even gets near the heat a second time. Yeah, it all comes down to the cooling process.
And here's the critical part: how that potato cools down after you first cook it. If you leave cooked potatoes to cool slowly at room temperature, and especially if they're wrapped up tightly in foil, you are basically creating a 5-star hotel for some very, very dangerous bacteria.
And here is the villain of our story, Clostridium botulinum. This particular bacterium absolutely thrives in the warm, low-oxygen, starchy environment inside a foil-wrapped potato that's just been left on the counter. It can produce a deadly neurotoxin that causes botulism. And here's the truly terrifying part. This toxin is completely odorless and tasteless. You would never even know it was there.
The safe approach is actually really simple. Get those cooked potatoes into the fridge quickly so they cool down fast. Store them in an airtight container, not foil. And when it is time to reheat, use an oven or stovetop to make sure they get heated all the way through. So with potatoes, just think cool, cover, and cook completely. And now for a breakfast champion, eggs. They're an incredible source of high-quality protein and nutrients like choline, which is so vital for our brain health. But reheating them can seriously mess with their nutritional value and even turn them against you.
So here's the problem. When you reheat eggs, the cholesterol that's naturally found in the yolk can oxidize. This chemical change creates brand new compounds that are actively bad for you, contributing to the kind of chronic inflammation that can seriously increase your risk of cardiovascular disease over time.
And these harmful compounds have a name. They're called oxysterols. The easiest way to think about them is as a kind of rusted cholesterol. This damaged form is a known driver of chronic inflammation. You know, that slow, smoldering fire in the body that's linked to a whole host of issues, from heart disease all the way to cognitive decline.
So when it comes to eggs, fresh is absolutely best. If you do have leftovers, like some hard-boiled eggs you prep for the week, they're perfect for eating cold. Just slice them onto a salad or into a sandwich. If you really feel you must reheat, do it very, very gently on a stovetop. Try to treat your leftovers as a cold delicacy, not a candidate for the microwave.
Okay, let's talk about chicken. It's that lean protein so many of us rely on for healthy meals. But did you know that reheating it, especially in the microwave, can actually change its very structure in a way that causes digestive issues and triggers an inflammatory response in your body? Think of it like a domino effect. When you reheat chicken, its dense protein structure changes, and it becomes tougher and a lot harder for your body to digest. But that's not all. This process also encourages the formation of these harmful compounds called AGEs, which puts a real strain on your system and can trigger that low-grade systemic inflammation we really want to avoid.
So what are these AGEs, or advanced glycation end products? The best way to picture them is as proteins that have been sugar-coated and overcooked. These sticky, damaged proteins can build up in the body and are a major driver of the chronic inflammation that's considered a root cause of so many age-related diseases, including heart disease and even dementia.
So, your best strategy for leftover chicken is to enjoy it cold. Shred it for salads, slice it for sandwiches, or toss it into a wrap. If you have to warm it up, use a low-temperature oven. Or, even better, you could just embrace the cook once, eat once philosophy and prepare smaller batches to avoid having leftovers in the first place.
And finally, let's talk about mushrooms. They are fantastic, packed with antioxidants and immune-boosting compounds. But their delicate protein structure makes them super sensitive to reheating, which can lead to both immediate digestive trouble and long-term cellular damage. Let's find out why. So here's the deal. When you reheat mushrooms, their complex proteins break down into forms that are much harder to digest, and that often causes bloating and stomach discomfort. But the damage actually goes deeper. The process can also cause their beneficial compounds to oxidize, creating free radicals that contribute to oxidative stress and cellular damage all throughout your body. So, after all that, what are the key takeaways? Well, here are your new kitchen rules to live by. First, cool those leftovers fast and store them properly. Make eating leftovers cold your first choice whenever you can. If you must reheat, use gentle, even heat from a stovetop or oven, and definitely say no to the microwave for these 5 foods. And of course, the golden rule: when in doubt, throw it out.
Now that you know the science, it's time to ask yourself, which of your kitchen habits are you going to change first? Are you a chronic microwaver of chicken? A foil wrapper of potatoes? The one small change you make today could have a huge impact on your long-term health. The choice is yours.